Hello children. So today we are with lesson number 2, health and disease chapter. We are going to revise it today. First of all, what is health? Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being and not merely the absence of the disease in the body. So even if you are mentally not healthy or socially not mixing, in that case also it is considered to be a problem to the health. It is not complete health. Okay. So, and what is disease then? Disease is caused to the body condition of disturbances in physiological and psychological processes of body is called as a disease. It could be physical problem, it could be psychological problem also. That is also considered as a disease, isn't it? So there are variety of types of diseases are there. The types of diseases are classified on the basis of first thing, that is time, how long they are. So chronic diseases are the diseases that go on for a lifetime continuously, that can be not cured completely. On the other hand, acute diseases are short duration diseases. They finish off very fast. Within a week, you get cured from this acute type of diseases. So examples of chronic diseases will be like cancer or diabetes, thyroid, like that. On the other hand, acute diseases are the short-term diseases. Examples, common cold, flu, which you get cured after 4-5 days and be normal back to work, isn't it? Then another way of disease type is according to the reason. On the basis of reason, what is the reason of this disease cause of the disease. Some diseases are hereditary diseases like the Down syndrome, Turner syndrome or Klinefelter syndrome. From heredity, they are going from the parents to the children. And acquired diseases are the diseases that we gain from our surrounding through mosquito bite. It could be, isn't it? And some are non-infectious diseases also, like heart diseases because of wrong lifestyle and all. So on the contrary, types of diseases are basically of two types. First, on the basis of duration, and second, on the basis of reason. So you can make this chart, types of diseases. Depending upon duration, if you consider, there are two types of diseases, chronic and acute. Okay, and on the basis of reason, what is the positive reason of any disease? On that basis, they are classified further into two types. One could be hereditary disease that you have acquired with your DNA that you got from your parents, and second one you can consider is on the basis of acquired disease caused by any positive agent, or it could be developing in the body due to wrong lifestyle. So acquired diseases then can be further classified into infectious diseases, and another ones are the non-infectious diseases. Which will not be transferred from one person to another. They are the non-infectious diseases. Infectious diseases, how they are transferred? With the help of vector like mosquitoes, flies, house flies, or by sneezing in the air, or drinking contaminated water and food are reasons for your infectious diseases where the microbes which cause the disease are transferred. But non-infectious diseases are developing in the body due to some wrong lifestyle or too much of pollution outside. That is the reason for your non-infectious diseases. Diabetes, heart diseases are an example of non-infectious ones. Okay. Then infectious diseases, some of them we can discuss over here, which are commonly seen in the society, like your tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculin. This is the main causative microorganism called as a pathogen. And the mode of infection will be spitting by the patient through air, prolonged contact with and sharing of the material with the patient. This will make you also infected. Then the symptoms of TB or tuberculosis are there is a chronic cough, blood in the spitting. When you spit, there could be cough in that. Emaciation, difficulty in breathing is also felt. The lungs will become weak. What can be done to prevent from this disease is, first of all, in the first year of our life, we are given certain vaccines. So BCG vaccine helps in preventing tuberculosis. So this BCG vaccine everybody has taken. In our country, it is compulsory for everyone to take this vaccine, isn't it? Then isolation for the patient is also effective in prevention of this disease. Then regular medication, like those who are suffering from that, DOT, this medication available in the government hospitals at free of cost also it is given. That medication will help in preventing this disease. Another disease that is commonly seen is hepatitis or jaundice. Okay. The hepatitis are of 5 types: A, B, C, D, E. 5 types of hepatitis virus are there. They are responsible for causing this disease. Contaminated water, sharing of needles, and blood transfusion is the important mode of infection of hepatitis or jaundice, we should say. So during rainy season and all, it is guided to have pure water through filtered water you can take, or boiled water, and food and needles. Also in hospital, we need to observe that the sister, if they are injecting injection, it should be a new one, use and throw one. The repeated one should not be used. Okay. Then symptoms of hepatitis are anorexia, yellow urine is observed, general weakness and nausea along with vomiting, and gray colored stools are certain symptoms of hepatitis. And what we have to take precautions during this so that we should not get contacted with this disease is boiling the water before drinking and proper cleaning of hands before eating, so that the virus will not enter our body easily. Another disease that could be infectious is dysentery. This is caused because of certain bacteria, virus, Shigella, bacilli. Entamoeba histolytica, a type of amoeba, is also responsible for dysentery. Now, these virus enter our body through contaminated food and water. And the symptoms are watery stools, pain in the abdomen. And due to these watery stools, dehydration occurs in the body. And due to dehydration, one will feel very weak, and even life can be lost if care is not taken on time. So preventive measures that we can take are, again here, drinking boiled water, proper storage of food, and ORS consumption. ORS is a solution which is having certain minerals which are necessary for our body in proper amount, so that our body, whatever it is lost through dysentery, will be regained and we can feel better and active again soon. Okay. Then another disease, one more infectious harmful disease, is cholera. Cholera is caused by the pathogen bacterium only. It is by Vibrio cholerae. This disease, you see, is coming in the body through contaminated food and water again, and the symptoms are vomiting, severe diarrhea, means dysentery in a very harmful way. Cramps in the legs are also occurring because of weakness. What we can do to prevent from this disease is hygienic practices should be followed, avoiding open place food, drinking boiled water, and vaccination against cholera is available. So everybody should take this vaccine. So these are the ways we can prevent cholera. The next disease, which is again infectious, is typhoid. This is caused by a bacterium named Salmonella typhi. This is also caused through contaminated food and water. And here also you have anorexia, then headache, rash on abdomen, dysentery again, and fever, high fever up to 104°F. Here also we need to drink clean water. Vaccination is available that we had to take, and proper disposal of the sewage must be done. Therefore, open toilets should not be used. Proper watered toilets, closed drainage system, all this should be observed in every city. Then certain other diseases like enteritis, malaria, plague, and AIDS are also there. They are infected through different ways. And malaria, everybody knows that they are transferred by mosquito. This plasmodium causative agent is transferred by the mosquito bite from the patient to a healthy person. So variety of ways are there of infecting certain infectious diseases. For this purpose, you can see that mosquitoes are positive agent in many of the diseases like malaria, dengue, and malaria. And to protect from them, we need to care. We have to take care that mosquitoes does not grow in our area. So for that purpose, stagnant water in cooler tanks or any tank, water storage tank should not be done without covering, or certain bleaching should be added to such water so that the mosquitoes do not breed over them. So many reasons are there. Then vaccination is also available for many other diseases like polio. And one more thing that we need to understand is, where do we see the waterlogged material shown in the picture? So there's a picture in your book. You can see waterlogged material. We can see in the tanks and tire tubes and buckets and unwanted ditches in the roads and all. There you see water of rainwater, it could be, or any other type of water, is getting stored and locked over there and not getting evaporated also during the rainy season. In that case, mosquitoes breed there, and that is very harmful. So hazards anticipated with the help of this picture is that mosquitoes will breed variety and different species of mosquito that will be reason for causing dengue, malaria, and filaria like diseases can be seen in the society. So present day, nowadays, what diseases are spreading fast over in our areas, we can see that in tire tubes, mosquitoes also breed there. They lay eggs in this locked water, and thereby their population is increasing. Different species of mosquitoes spread different diseases. Dengue is spread by Aedes aegypti, then malaria by another variety, another species of mosquito. So this disease is caused by DEN14 virus belonging to the type flavivirus. And the symptoms are, you see, acute fever is there, headache, vomiting, and these type of symptoms are seen, pain in the eye sockets, and very prominently observed because of weakness and decrease in platelet count is the main thing that may result into internal hemorrhage. For that purpose, we have to take care that platelet count in the blood should not be getting reduced below the normal level. Otherwise, it could be fatal. Many people may lose life due to dengue fever. Okay. Then what measures the Gram Panchayat and our local municipality is taking to control the mosquito growing in our area? Wherever there are ditches and ponds where stagnant water is stored, that should be cleaned from time to time. Bleaching should be done or cleared. For that purpose, they have to take the sample and check whatever problem is being caused over there. Malaria is spread by the mosquito species named Anopheles, and filaria by the Aedes mosquito. They all grow in clean water, while Culex is growing in dirty sewage water. So any type of water that is growing in locked water is very dangerous. Clean water also, mosquitoes like Anopheles and Culex are developing. So we should not think that water is clean and pure, so it should not be dangerous. Now, swine flu also is another disease. And reasons of this infection is the infection of swine flu occurring due to pigs. It is caused due to pigs mostly. And viruses of swine flu are spread through secretion of nose, throat, as well as saliva. So whenever you eat outside, you have to take care that the person who is cooking or the open system is there. If their problem is there, you should not eat open food from thelas, isn't it? It could be dangerous. This swine flu is also a very harmful disease. Here you see the symptoms are difficulty in breathing, sore, very severe sore throat, and body pain is observed. Now, for diagnosis of swine flu, liquid from the throat of the patient is sent in the laboratory, just like your coronavirus, that way it was tested. Diagnostic facilities are available in National Institute of Virology in Pune and National Institute of Communicable Diseases in Delhi. So everywhere it is not available, so you should be very careful. And pigs and all pork should not be avoided, should be avoided, actually should not be eaten, because it can help in spreading diseases like swine flu. Now, for your kind information, first case of swine flu was reported in Mexico in the year 2009. Swine flu is caused by the virus influenza A H1N1, and persons who came in contact with pigs can contract this disease very easily. So better to avoid pig contacts. Okay. Another disease that we can discuss today is about AIDS. The full form of AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. This disease is caused by HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus. It is the virus that kills the or destroys the immune system of the person. In this disease, victims suffer from various diseases due to progressive weakening of natural immunity. So common disease also, simple disease also becomes very severe. Common cold will turn into pneumonia because our body's immune system is destroyed because of this virus. And diagnosis of AIDS cannot be confirmed without test in medical laboratory. The test name is ELISA, ELISA test is used for its proper diagnosis. Symptoms of AIDS are person specific. From person to person it is different. We can't say that same infection, same type of symptoms will be seen in all the human beings. Now, AIDS does not occur due to touching or sharing food with the HIV infected person or by just nursing that patient. Okay, so we should not keep these patients totally isolated, but our behavior with HIV patients should be normal. HIV was first reported in an African species of monkeys. According to the National AIDS Control Program, and UN AIDS, 80 to 85% HIV infections in India occur through unsafe sexual contact between human beings. So this is the only way we can stop or avoid these infectious diseases. We have to take care, we have to follow proper hygiene and the ways to protect ourselves from getting infected can be possible. In the next class, we shall revise infection that are caused through variety of different animals like dogs and other animals. And then we can move on to non-infectious diseases. So just revise this part for your studies. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. Okay. So bye all of you.